Everybody, you know Leland Vittert as the host of On Balance on NewsNation. But in his New York Times best-selling memoir, Born Lucky, A Dedicated Father, A Grateful Son, and My Journey with Autism, he shares his journey from a nonverbal child to a national news anchor. And I have to say, I reread the book, my favorite, before today's interview. And what stood out to me most this time wasn't just Leland, your success story. It was the relationship at the heart of it. This is a beautiful love letter to a father who never stopped believing in his son. Just ahead of Father's Day, we're talking about resilience, family, and the power of having someone in your corner. So please, welcome back to Htown Live, Leland. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Great to be with you, Maggie. Thank you.
It was interesting because the first time I read the memoir, it was heartbreakingly beautiful, and I was so focused on your journey. But this time when I reread it, and I encourage everybody to read this, what stood out to me was your dad's journey, a lot about it. And I keep going back to that. The world wasn't going to adopt to me. I was going to have to adapt to it. So tell everybody, if they're not familiar with the memoir, a little bit about it.
Yeah, so Born Lucky is the story of my dad adapting me to the world rather than the world to me when I was diagnosed with what we now know to be autism. And I was about 8 years old. Parents were told that I needed to be evaluated, worst thing any parent can ever hear. So they take me to one of these medical testing buildings. We've all been there, the linoleum floors, the stale coffee, fear permeating through as a smell and an emotion. And the woman comes back and says, look, your son's got a lot of problems. He's got huge behavioral issues. Forget play dates. If somebody looks at him the wrong way, he turns around and slugs them. He's got big sensory issues. If he's wearing socks that he doesn't like or a jacket, he'll melt down. And big learning disabilities. 20-point spread between the two halves of an IQ test is a learning disability. I had a 70-point spread. So my dad says, what do we do? The woman says, well, there's not much you can do. You kind of just have to meet him where he's at. Where I was at was a disaster. So my dad said, I'm going to make this my life's mission to put forth this effort to try and adapt my son to the world. He was hopeless and helpless at that time. And Born Lucky really is a story of hope. It's hope for every parent of a kid having a hard time. Doesn't matter if it's autism or ADHD or anxiety or bullying, physical disabilities growing up. Born Lucky is proof of what a truly dedicated father can do, not to take a kid from being autistic to being a TV news anchor, but to help their kid be more and to teach their kid that they are not alone in this struggle against the world.
I think it's beautiful. My mom's always taught me to believe in myself, and now I'm a mother to a 3-year-old. And then reading this, like, that's the underlying theme. And I love at the end you wrote, the most important part of writing this book is to say thank you to the man who believed in me, taught me, and in many ways created me. So after writing such a beautiful tribute to your father and everything he taught you, how has this changed your relationship and how you look at fatherhood too?
Boy, it's a great question. Nobody's asked me how it's changed my relationship with my dad. Dad hates it because he doesn't view himself as a hero. He views himself as, he'll tell you, just another dad, and he was scared. And I think that is really the common message that comes out of this. You know, is how many nights my dad spent crying himself after he'd put me to bed. He tried to take this emotional and physical cruelty that I had endured off on himself, and I'd cry myself to sleep, and he'd go downstairs. Didn't know this until we wrote the book, and he'd sit there on the couch in the dark, and he'd start crying himself. And he said, I felt like the world had turned against me. The world to turn against my son. And what's happened since writing Born Lucky and obviously talking about it, especially yours and my interview back in October that was so great, we've heard from hundreds, if not thousands, of families who now say they don't feel alone because they too felt helpless. They too feel so alone. And you talk about Father's Day coming up. We celebrate all these superheroes that are our dads. To every son, his father is a superhero. And yet, what you realize, and I have reading all of these letters from fathers, is how many fathers feel so scared and they feel so alone. And in fact, they are not alone. And there is such an enormous amount they can do. And Born Lucky is proof of that.
It really is. And just feeling what your dad was going through, like I said, reading it this time, it was really eye-opening. And then I still go back to when you said, Dad, you're my best friend, you're my only friend. And I know that you have your beautiful wife and you have your sister and this, but is your dad still truly your first best friend?
Yes, he is. He is still my best friend. My wife will tell you that his mission to adapt me to the world is still a work in progress, and I still talk to my dad, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Just the relationship that we have, and I think it speaks to a father who didn't know how things were going to end up, but in his words, he had to try. And what was different, I think, Maggie, and we talk about this a lot in Born Lucky, is that it wasn't about taking adversity away. It was about holding my hand through the adversity, being there every day. And he didn't tell anybody about my autism diagnosis. And certainly, talking about it on TV is not exactly a bucket of fun,
Right.
but it has been made worth it by letting people know that they're not alone and that there is so much that they can still do and so much that they can still fight for.
I'm so thankful that you wrote this memoir because I watched you before this and then now, and I have so much respect and admiration for you. You would never know, my friend, but then also knowing your family too, it makes you more relatable. And I think that
thank you.
being open and honest, it's not easy to be vulnerable like this at all.
No, well, I don't know. I'm just who I am.
Yeah.
I think if you spent a little bit more time with me, people could tell. Probably not just over a drink, but maybe around a golf or dinner. Autism, I equate it to alcoholism. It's something you have to work on every single day. You're never cured. And there's still times that I catch myself and go, God bless it. Your dad taught you better than that. I'll tell one story too much or interrupt a little bit too much. Just that's part of who I am.
But
Again, talking about it on national TV, going to therapy on national TV is not exactly a lot of fun. I never told anybody. My parents never told a therapist, a counselor, nobody from when I was diagnosed. No special accommodations. But their point was, we have to hold your hand through this adversity and teach you the resilience that'll get you through the rest of life. And the one thing my dad didn't tell me in middle school during all those nights was, the best training for a Washington newsroom is middle school.
so true, so true. And you have a very special edition coming up on Father's Day. We can actually watch. So tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so Born Lucky is the book, available on Amazon, wherever you get books. It's a great Father's Day present. And then Sunday morning, 10 a.m. there in Houston on NewsNation is the Born Lucky special. So Bill O'Reilly turns around and interviews me about the book. And you also hear from my sister. And I think, Maggie, made a great point about what families go through when they have a kid who has a difficult time. And my sister takes after my mother's a wonderful young woman. And she'll tell you in the special about her first memory of me and what she went through as my sister, at school when she went to the same school I did. I was a senior and she was a 7th grader. They referred to her as the retarded kid's sister. So you get a sense of the cruelty, the difficulty that the whole family endures.
Well, I'm so thankful to have you back on the show and just to revisit this. Born Lucky, one of my favorites. Like I said, I still have all my markings and lines, and I just have so much respect for you and for your dad. So please tell him Happy Father's Day for me. He's truly a hero in my eyes as well.
Thanks, Maggie. It's a privilege to be back with you.
Thank you. Can't wait to catch up again soon. I get shivers, you guys. It's like what a parent will do for their child. It's just beautiful. So thank you for that, Leland.